Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start talking about our second video of the week for While Mr. J's testing. First off, I want to apologize that I missed the Friday afternoon session. I was extremely busy with stuff for school. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the land of China, largest country in the Asian continent. All right. Objective, students will understand the strength of the Chinese economy and how it affects the world. Okay, I haven't done a bell ring in a while. The United States has the largest economy in the world. Which country has the second largest economy in the world? France, Japan, China, India? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the topic of the video should be what tells you, but let's take a look. China has the second largest economy in the world as of 2020, and sadly, the gap narrows. They're still second, but they're a little bit closer than they were. Let's talk about China, world's largest developing country. Population over 1.3 billion. So think Mexico times 12. 23 provinces, districts or states, however you want to term it, including Taiwan. At least they call Taiwan the breakaway province. 4 municipalities, Beijing, Tianjin, Shanghai, Chongqing. 5 autonomous regions, and if you think I better pronounce those, Xinjiang, Inner Mongolia, Tibet, Ninjigo, Gaiji. And then 2 special administration areas, Hong Kong and Macau. This is what really drives China's economy. These 2 Western-based provinces, or as we say, special administration areas, are probably the strongest part of China's economy right now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the land of China. Mongolia to the north, India to the west, and the East China Sea to the east. One of the oldest cultures, ladies and gentlemen, in history, dating back before the time of Christ. Okay, China has the largest population in the world. Which nation is ranked second in population? Which nation is ranked second in population? United States, Russian Federation, India, or Indonesia? Well, believe it or not, folks, India is the second, 1.38 billion people. United States, believe it or not, I didn't figure we were this high, comes in third with 331 million people. Then we go down the list: Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and Mexico. Excuse me. How has China changed? China economically extremely backward since 1949. That's the year the Chinese took over. That's the year the communists took over China. They had Mao Zedong, who was the leader, had these great 5-year plans, and the problem is most of these 5-year plans failed and sent China even back further. Millions of people died. With the greatest potential, the overall living standard has reached that of a fairly well-off society in the 22 years following reforms and opening up in 1979. In 1979, China opened up their economy, opened up to a more capitalist economy. They're definitely not capitalist, but they do know how to work an economy. But this isn't what we're talking about. Let's talk about early China. China under Mao Zedong. Okay. Okay, guys, look at this. From 1950 to 1976, which is when Mao Zedong died, China's economy is a mess. His economic plans, his plans for industrialization, his Great Leap Forward, all ended in disaster. And his Cultural Revolution from 66 to 76, which did not end until Mao's death, was even a worse disaster because all the people who actually knew how to do anything were rounded up, arrested, or executed. This is crazy. Mao was a dictator, not a true communist state at this point. Mao's group ran China into the ground and honestly didn't seem to care. Let's look at these series of economic or 5-year plans. Total Maoist economy was from 1956 to 1978. Industrialization in 1915. Jeopardized Sino-USSR relationships from 1958. Giant Leap Forward movement in 1959. 3-year natural disaster. Yeah, China had some bad luck. Basically, ladies and gentlemen, from 1949 to 1976, the Chinese economy is a mess. Now, China's economy after Mao. Mao died in 1976. China's leadership struggled to replace Mao, and after 2 years of fighting, now, I'm going to try to pronounce this, it's a little rough, Deng Xiaoping took power and started to change and modernize China. He did not allow for more freedoms, and this is the man that instituted the one-child policy. This is the man that limited households to one child. But again, his name is Deng Xiaoping. I might ask who can pronounce that afterwards. Deng Xiaoping's economic reforms were called the Four Modernizations. They involved using capitalist ideas to help improve the Chinese economy. He wanted to stay communist, but he knew that their economy needed help. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what was the economic reform of Deng Xiaoping called? The agricultural reforms, the four modernizations, the new wind, the New Deal. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's be honest, it is the four modernizations. Okay, 4 periods of reformation, 1978 to 1984, the first period. Economic reforms began after Deng Xiaoping's Deng's first reform began in agriculture. He divided the land of the people's communes into private plots. Farmers were able to keep the land output after paying shares to the state. Okay, he didn't make the land all state-owned. He gave the land back to the farmers who knew what to do with it. They had to pay a share of their crop to the government, but they were allowed to use the rest as they saw fit. Farmers were able to keep the land's output after paying a share to the state. The country was open to foreign investment for the first time. People could start investing in China. Deng also created a series of special economic zones for foreign investment. In 1984, the PRC, or People's Republic of China, opened 14 coastal cities to overseas investment. Okay, I'm not going to even try to pronounce those. These regions became engines of growth for their economic economy. Ladies and gentlemen, understand this. Deng Xiaoping understood that they needed help. So he went and started having foreign investors. Okay, in 1978, Deng Xiaoping created the open door policy and allowed China begin to open to the outside world. Okay, China has been shut down since 1949. He opened it up to tourism, allowed students to begin to oversee, so he allowed his own people out of the country. Created the special economic zones to spur investment in China. He is really breaking a lot of rules, folks, to get China's economy back on the map. Okay, communism under Deng Xiaoping. Mao died in 76 and Deng Xiaoping took power. Deng brought more economic freedom but little political change. Oops. Okay, we'll get to that later. China is the world's manufacturing superpower. China has a stronger industrial base than the United States. They literally have 5 times the population of the United States, and they're using that to build a strong economy. They will become the economic leader by 2030. So understand this, ladies and gentlemen. In your opinion, think about this. In your opinion, what would have happened if China and the United States stopped trading? Right now, China and the United States are each other's largest trading partners. What happens if we stop trading? Think about this, ladies and gentlemen. You all have a great day and enjoy your spring break next week.